I see silver. Silver has a lot of room for growth.
It's suppressed right now, right?
I absolutely believe. I absolutely believe it is suppressed.
All right, we're down here in downtown Meridian, headed again to the United States Rare Coin and Currency. This is owned by a fellow YouTuber. I'm gonna head on in and see what he has for us. Ask him some questions, and let's see.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, TJ.
How are you today?
We are good.
What y'all looking for today?
We're just looking for some answers on what we can stack up on.
Okay.
And if I can ask you some questions also.
Absolutely, I'd love to answer any questions you have about stacking and metals.
All right, perfect. What's the best type of silver we can stack up on?
Silver stacking, there's quite a few different options you can go with, and I'm going to pull out some examples just to kind of show you what's real common and what customers are buying. We cater to a lot of stackers, and everyone has a different kind of method to their stacking, but we like to give them options. And I recommend diversification. You know,
right.
So what I'll show you is a couple different types of silver rounds, silver eagles, and then some constitutional silver or 90% silver. Those are the three most common types of silver
that people stack.
Yeah, we see customers buying. So, for example, and I'll just put it right here so we can see. We have American Eagles. And this is U.S. Mint 4 9s fine, 1 ounce of silver.
Okay.
Right here, these are some silver rounds. They're from the Sunshine Mint. They're 1 troy ounce, and they got an eagle on them. So both of these have the exact same amount of silver. They just come from different mints. And then here, I have a $1 face value of 90% silver. Some people call it junk silver. Some people call it constitutional silver.
Right.
And really what it is it's circulated silver coins from pre-1964. So I say that was the last year we made real money because our money was made out of 90% silver.
And 10% copper, right?
Yeah. So you can... a quick hack that you can use to check, see if you have silver coins. I'll grab some clad coins just to show you the difference. So these are some clad $50 and some silver $50.
Okay.
So whenever customers bring stuff in to check them out, they are like, how do you know it's silver? Well, one, you can tell the year, but you can also just look at the rim, and if you see copper in the rim, you got clad coins. Now, clad is just a copper nickel sandwich, basically, but that's why you see the silver rims versus the clad rims. But when you look at the coins, these are both Kennedys. This is a 1964 Kennedy, the last year of the 90% silver, and this one's from '79. Both circulated. Just one has a lot higher value because of the metal in it.
The silver in it.
The silver metal content. The other way, you
sound
ping test. That's clad. That's silver. It has a lot higher pitch. Typically, when people just dump change out on the counter, I can hear it from across the room and tell you, yeah, you got some silver there. So, as far as stacking goes, I would say these are the most common types. I'll show you a couple bars just to show you some more options. Right here we have a 10-ounce bar, and then here's a 5-ounce bar, just to kind of show you the different sizes and what kind of configurations they come in. And they'll even come into something like a 100-ounce bar, which I have one right here.
Wee!
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a significant amount of silver.
Engelhard.
So,
can we tilt it a little? The light is
So let's do this.
There we go. That's, yeah. It's a whole lot better. The reflection of the light. Oh, yes. Perfect. Yeah, we've got some of these flag ones too. Actually, we have some of all these, except for that. We don't have that.
That's what we need to get. Y'all want some silver today? Let's get a 100 ounce bar. A lot of people have questions on how much silver is in these 90% silver coins.
Right.
It's really a dollar face. We deal with a dollar face value. A dollar face value has about 3/4 of an ounce.
Right.
So the easiest way to compare is $1.40 of constitutional silver. $1.40 is 1 ounce of silver. So that's
some good information for them.
yeah. So if you want to break down your constitutional silver by ounces, it's every $1.40. A lot of people don't realize though, 4/4, 2 half dollars, and 10 dimes all have the exact same amount of silver in them. So when we made our money out of real money, it was based off of weight, and every dollar, regardless of the denomination, all had the same amount of silver. So if we weighed these, you would see that the weights of all three different groupings right there, the three different dollar configurations, would have the same amount of silver.
Where do you see your the silver price going?
So I see silver. Silver has a lot of room for growth.
It's suppressed right now, right?
I absolutely believe. I absolutely believe it is suppressed. And there's a multitude of reasons why. One of the indicators to me as a precious metals dealer is that the premiums we're seeing the premiums so high over the spot price, and that's based off supply and demand.
Right.
So the demand is incredibly high right now, and people are buying metals to protect their wealth.
Right.
And
it's getting harder to find now.
Oh, it is. I deal with my wholesalers from across the country. I have to typically shop around to find one, to find the best deals, and two, to find what's in stock. So I'm limited to some of the things I can get a hold of.
Right.
But it's it's good in a way, because people are waking up.
Yes.
People are waking up saying that, hey, I need to protect myself and protect my financial future.
Right. And the value of the U.S. notes is going down. It's not even money; it's just currency.
Oh yeah, well, the U.S. notes, the paper money, was originally intended to be a derivative of gold and silver. And
it's a debt note.
And then when we got off the gold standard, it's just paper now, and they're printing it like crazy.
Right.
We saw this with all these bank runs in the past couple of weeks. That
True.
It's people are losing trust in those financial institutions, and they're going back to something they can trust and rely upon.
Right. And the Bible actually says that silver and gold is God's money.
Well, it comes from the earth. It's finite,
right?
And you can't just mass produce it,
right?
Like you can with paper money.
Right. With the U.S. notes, they can just fall asleep on that zero button and add as many zeros as they want, right?
That's it.
So, for your best guess, what do you think is the how many ounces should one hold?
So, I equate it to how many ounces of silver. Everyone's different. Everyone's at a different place financially. Everyone's family's different. Situation and circumstances are different.
Right.
For me, I got 4 young kids. So, when I start doing my food prep, I have to prep for a family of 6, and I look at, hey, what is how much food will we consume in 6 months? Okay, well, I take that same concept and apply that to silver. How much silver I'm going to stack. Right. So I need, I think silver is going to bridge the gap between whenever the dollar loses all its value, and we're in a bartering economy until a new system comes in place, and that could be 2 weeks, that could be 6 months. So I want to hold enough silver to sustain my family to be able to barter for that amount of time. So people ask me how, all the time, how much should I have? How much should I keep? I tell them a good base is 500 ounces of silver and 5 ounces of gold. I was like, at a bare minimum, that's what you should be working towards. If it takes you a year to get there, if it takes you 3 years to get there. But that's a good baseline.
For us personally, it's for every 5 ounces of silver, we have 1 ounce of gold.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's the ratio we're holding.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about nickels? Would you suggest in nickels, considering nickels have copper in it also?
Yeah. So nickel is like any metal. It's more plentiful than gold and silver. And we've seen recently a huge rise in prices of nickel.
Right.
So I got some customers that like copper. They like nickel. They like platinum and palladium.
Is there a certain year?
So for a nickel is a nickel. A nickel is made out of nickel.
Okay.
Only the years from 42 to 45, nickels were made with 35% silver. So these are war nickels from 42 to 45. And you can see there's a little bit of different color, and that's the silver in them. But these are called war nickels, and we put silver in nickels. The easy way to tell is the mint mark located above Monticello right there. They put the mint mark there to differentiate that from a regular nickel.
And that's a P, right?
Yep. So that's going to be Midland and Philadelphia. Yeah. So and some people stack war nickels because they are 35% silver.
Perfect. All right. So TJ, how can someone reach you? I know you do ship worldwide, right?
Right. Yeah. We ship out orders daily. You can give us a call. Our store number here is 601-685-8125. Or we're located on the web. We got a YouTube channel. We have multitude options of reaching us. So
USRC, guys. I'm gonna put the link below in the description and also in my community tab. What about Facebook, Instagram? Do you have?
Yep. We're on Facebook, United States Rare Coin and Currency. Instagram, it's Green Beret Gold. That's our handle on Instagram.
Great. And thank you for your service too.
Hey, well, that's what started the ball rolling. Working in foreign countries and seeing people use silver as a trade unit.
I did want to show them that mercury dime.
Yeah. What makes this one significant is the year. So in numismatics or coin collecting, people want to basically have one coin from each year from each different mint. Well, I'll pull up a red book, look at the mintages, the typical mintages of a dime from that time frame.
Mercury dime.
So mercury dimes, generally speaking, about 20 million were made each year at each different mint. If we just took an average. But in 1916, at the Denver Mint, only 264,000 of these were made. So with that low mintage, when you have 20 million of everyone else and then 264,000 of this one, they're just
that's rare to find.
It's rare. It's harder to find, harder to get a hold of. So collectors, look for these low mintage coins, and the premiums and values of them are based off of the low mintage number. So that's
the rarity of it.
Yeah,
right?
And it's in about good condition on the Sheldon grading scale, which is a 1 to 70 scale. It's a 3, so it's really low, but at the same time they're hard to find.
Right, exactly.
So and just to do a comparison, this is a 1942 D mercury dime.
Oops, sorry. Can I tilt it?
Yeah. And That one's graded MS 66, so it's 66 out of 70, and it's got a designation of FB, which means full bands, which is basically the bands on the reverse. It's just another designation that those dimes have. Getting started is the hardest part in stacking metals. There's if you don't know about it, you're hesitant. I'll give my parents as an example. They knew they wanted to invest, and they just didn't know how to go about it. And when I got to this business, that was their end, and they wanted to invest, a considerable amount of money. And I was like, okay, well, we'll put together a package for you, some gold and some silver. Mm-hmm. But when I handed them, that amount of money in gold and silver, and they were like, this is it, this is all I get. And they just didn't understand the value of an ounce. And now that they're watching the market, they're like, man, we should have done this years ago. Right. So like I said, getting started is the hardest part. And the best day to buy silver and gold was yesterday.
That's right. That's right. That's what. That is so true.
I got a few customers that are like, I'm going to watch the market. And I'm like, okay, you be careful, because it's going to go up. And there's dips and everything else, and we watch the market. But generally speaking, this is something you buy and hold long term. And historically speaking, we've seen not huge returns, but consistent and steady returns.
Right.
And it has never gone bankrupt.
Exactly. It's not gonna rust. It's not gonna rot. It's not gonna blow away. It's not gonna deteriorate. It's gonna sit there and just gain value over time.
Let's say you buy an ounce of gold in the year 2000. What was it, like
$300?
Yeah,
around $300 an ounce.
Right, about $300 an ounce. You take that and you bury it with $300 in U.S. notes, the cash. Fast forward to today, take it out. How much is that ounce of gold worth now? It's what, almost 2,000?
Yeah, 2,000. Yeah,
right?
It's bumping around 2,000.
Right, bumping around 2,000. And then, but the $300 in cash has actually, it's not even worth $300 in cash now. Not with the inflation.
Right.
So it's worth like maybe only $100.
Yeah.
Now.
So and that's it. It's the steady return we see with gold and silver, and then the inflation. So really, what's happening is as inflation, as our paper money is worth less and less, and that steady rise in gold, that disparity between the two, it's showing you the true value of holding metals.
Well, TJ, I thank you so much again.
Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. I always like to help educate people, get people into it, because it's a way to protect your future. That's why I do it. I want to make sure that we have every edge possible when and if that time comes where the banks are shut down again, or
there's a bank run.
yeah, if there's a bank run, make sure you have some money outside of those financial institutions, even cash, because for a period of time,
right?
It's good to have a stack of cash, just so, because if you're relying on an ATM or relying on a computer, you're gonna be in a bind.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Thank you so much, TJ.
Y'all are welcome.
We sure do appreciate you, and thanks again for your service. Everybody, hit the thumbs up, comment, share this out. A link for his channel will be pinned in the descriptions, and I'll also have it in my community tab. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.